Good morning, everyone. It's Rivgal. I haven't done a Hades run in a while. I've been playing a lot of Hades, just not recording it. Um, I've wanted to wait until I got my times low enough to actually record a speed run, because the speed runs for this game are slightly lower than. You have to record them in a specific way for it to count on the leaderboards, and it's not the way I normally record. So I am not going to be submitting these. I just wanted to actually record, I guess, what I've been doing. So first thing I've been doing is looking at the Mirror of Night to see what else, or how to adjust some of this stuff. I've gone back and forth on thick skin versus high confidence, because high confidence doesn't seem like it actually helps enough most of the time, but it does make things go a little bit faster early on. Thick skin just means I use less death defies. I had been using privilege status, but the build that I'm doing doesn't actually usually trigger privilege status, so I've switched over to family favorite, so I have some sort of bonus at least. Um, I'm gonna try a high confidence run. We'll see how it goes. Um, we are starting with Ares because that's part of the build that I'm trying to do. Aspect of Demeter. You can see there what my fastest time is now down to 10:47. Um, that's the way this works, and I usually run it at heat 9. So extreme measures 2, forced overtime 40%. Forced overtime works because um, it makes things spawn faster as well, which is important. And extreme measures is good because it groups the Hydra heads closer together, so you have less movement you have to do for it. The important thing with this is that the times are based on the in-game timer. Tight deadline actually cuts out several room styles, um, because, or specifically the survival ones, whereas we actually want those to be available in the speedrun because uh, it stops the timer, the in-game timer, while it's going. So I'm gonna go ahead and start on this.
No turning back.
We'll see if I can make it through. So this is gonna probably seem weird, um, but or if you aren't familiar with the build, but we're going to do attack.
Keep fighting. No way. All clear.
So the reason we're doing this is because we're going to end up with the duo boon between Ares.
Shiny.
Okay, so one other random thing with this that might seem odd is pausing. I am going to be pausing whenever there is, basically as the options come up, if I needed a chance to decide what I'm going to do. And the reason for that is pretty simple. It stops the timer.
Might as well.
We're going to head into Chaos here because it's a freebie. And we're going to hope for something that gives us, yep, that one will work. Dash strikes are good. And just get into position so as soon as it launches, we're good. With this slow dash, we are going to be a little bit more reliant on some of our other stuff. One thing you're going to notice is I am generally trying to
Ready for me.
not focus down enemies if
Heads up.
they have Doom on them. And the reason for that is it saved me a little bit of time. Very simple.
Ready, lads? Meg, help.
Mini bosses are really good for getting these bonuses. I'm not opposed to his cast, I guess. No, I think I'm just gonna go Sunken Treasure here.
Phew, felt that. Something.
Okay, pay 10 for a little bit of move speed, sure. Anytime you have the opportunity to take a shop, take a shop. Even if you don't have money.
I can use this.
Rolling Knuckle. We do not want those. Actually, that one's fine. That one's fine. Unfortunately, we haven't found Athena yet. This is actually a pretty bad Tartarus start. We got a really weak Doom. Ideally, we would have liked to get at least a rare, but we didn't get either of those. And where are you? There we go.
Delicious.
We never want to do the dual ones, I don't think, here. I'm not sure that might have actually been faster, but I don't think so. A lot of times those are pretty slow. But yeah, no, we're getting lots of rooms with lots of witches and numbskulls, which are what you don't want. We haven't found a fountain room. We didn't find Sisyphus. So we're getting pretty bad luck. Ideally, you'd want each section to be under, well under 3 minutes. We need, actually, we'll go cast here. That works.
Hello, Fury Sisters.
Now, I may actually take some Deathifieds because I am playing very aggressively. That's okay. It's not ideal. But, like, there's nothing wrong with taking a Deathified here. I will definitely be taking a Deathified for Lerny because I am terrible at doing it this way. $327 is a pretty slow Tartarus for where I'm looking at.
Oh, I didn't see you coming. Don't worry, won't be long.
Sure.
Should come in useful.
So this first room, the timer doesn't run. Pretty interesting little tidbit there.
This heat.
Hermes is a good start. Extra dashes would be preferred. The other one that would be great is the oh, those are not what we're looking for.
How about some other
Okay.
moons instead?
Yeah, that one works. Either of these, hyper sprint or greatest reflex. We'll do greatest
Let's go.
reflex. We're gonna do chaos over the health again. It's a freebie. We can afford the health. Dash has a short range. Death Strike deals extra damage. Honestly, that's probably worth it. There's our Athena. Perfect. We need lots of Athena. Ideally, we're going to get 3 Athena cards before we're done. Now, this is one of the problems with trying to do this speedrun is it is very... I mean, it's a speedrun of a luck-dependent game. So, like in this particular case, we have Divine Dash, which is honestly one of the things we want. But generally speaking, you want to get the special first, just in case you don't find another one, because that makes Ares and Athena give their duo. Divine Dash does not, even though it triggers it. I'm gonna take Divine Dash. We got really lucky and got a second Athena right away. I should have technically checked to make sure that the other one wasn't important, but honestly, I might have done that anyway at this point.
My favorite power couple.
That's unfortunate.
See you. Bye, you two.
Specialist stronger and can deflect. Perfect. So now we just need to get the duo. The duo we're going for is called Merciful End. And what it does is it instantly triggers your doom from Ares. So instead of having that slight delay, what we're going to be doing is basically dashing back and forth through our opponents.
Hello, mates. My reward.
Okay, attack is faster. Honestly, attack is faster should be fine. Not sure why I hesitated there. That was a pretty obvious choice. Athena, that is not what we wanted. We're gonna roll for it because we need that. Nope. I mean, we can still take it. It's better than nothing. After you deflect, gain a bonus to crit.
Why, Lerner, you are looking positive.
Now, all of these things stack, which is worth noting as well. Okay, we are definitely going to lose at least one Deathified here, which is unfortunate, but inevitable. We're just gonna hope for a Patroclus.
Back.
That is all the Deathifieds.
This is it.
I have lost runs at this point when I go this hard. Uh, I've started backing off on certain things because of that. um, Ideally for that one we would have had our call.
Switching heads for now.
That's one of the big things we're missing here is call. Ideally would be
We'll have you back here soon enough, I think.
ideally will be this one.
Don't count on it.
Yeah, we're very much in need of a Patroclus. I should probably be safe and get a little bit of extra health as well, because we're still only at 100 health. Now, if I'd kept it normal, I would have had 50 more health right now, and that would have been the smart way to do this. Do I have something I want for my hammer? Not really. I think I'm actually gonna be content with what I've got. I've got the hammer I want. And we would like, I guess, True Shot. And we're gonna get the hammer anyway. We really need to get another Athena or Ares still.
Mistake it next time.
Getting good hits off with the cutter is really nice. We'll go for sturdy. That means we can't be interrupted, which is kind of nice. There's our Patroclus. We'll get our health or our Deathifieds back. We may still burn through all of them. I have done that before.
Thanks for this.
I've fought enough, I think.
We care more about saving time by going through the shop. Also, that gives us a chance to get this. Merciful End. There we go. Now we want this. One thing worth noting. We do always want to go for a mini-boss over a regular room.
Be a quick, short one.
Regular rooms tend to have things...
Hey, Meg. Hold on.
And that is Merciful End.
Cheers for the fight.
See Asterius just melt there. It is an extremely aggressive strategy. It is really hard to actually... I mean, if you get lucky and get this in... in Tartarus, you know, you can do this on every boss.
I'm rich.
We'll take Ares. Ares is a good one to get because we can still get a few things that boost how much damage our Doom does. And that is our main source of damage now.
In the name of Hades.
Doom does more damage. Okay, so Impending Doom and Dire Misfortune are good here, but Impending Doom is better. 60% bonus to damage, but it takes extra time to activate. Well, for us, it doesn't take any extra time to activate because we're triggering it manually every time. Keep going on that Ares train.
Was just thinking about you.
Perfect.
Zagreus.
Thanatos stops the timer
Too late.
for his contest.
Let's see how quickly we can wrap this up. Let's see indeed.
Ideally, we do want to win this, but it doesn't matter, and we don't want to do anything that's going to take risks. If we can get away with letting Thanatos kill some of the more dangerous things, like ideally, I'm gonna be okay with letting him take out those armored shield guys, because those guys are annoying to take down, and I can take out like 5 witches in the same time as he takes out 1 guy. So why not? After slaying a foe, next one takes more damage, I guess? Actually, no, we're going to do a Death Defiance, get a bonus for the rest of the encounter, because we will take a Death Defied on Hades, and
Gone.
why not?
Just what I need.
We can support fire on this build, actually. That's pretty solid. We are attacking enough that it should work.
Few up. Megara. She on.
There we go. Nothing to it, right?
Hope you enjoyed the show out in the stands. That was for you, good shade.
And you can see there, our time is getting a little bit less each section. The first one, we were like 3.5 minutes in. The second one here, the second one was almost exactly at 6 minutes, so about a 3-minute run. This one is slightly under 9. So if we get lucky and get a second tunnel on the Satyr Sack,
Enjoy yourselves.
we could definitely still get a very good time. We're going to take the Evergreen Acorn, negates the first 5 hits. Something worth considering with this. The reason I used to do the Lucky Tooth on all my runs, Lucky Tooth gives you an extra 100 hit points, effectively. Evergreen Acorn negates the first 5 hits. A lot of the hits Hades does do 40 damage, so this saves you from 200 damage, whereas the other one saves you from 100. Weird math. Let's do a quick check here, just to see. Nothing worth it. Okay.
I'm almost
Feeling pretty good, honestly. This is turning out okay. It's not as fast as it could be. But again, I'm not turning it in for a speed, or for like the actual speed run at this point still. My goal is to get a run under 10 minutes before I submit it. Once again, we want to go for mini bosses. The reason we do that is because those rooms at the end, you end up chasing stuff. You have to try and like go through those huge rooms where you have to chase the enemies down. And this one you don't. Simple as that.
worthless. No way. That's one of their layers. Ah, yes.
So if we had gone through the other one, that could have potentially led to, 3-4 waves of enemies. This one doesn't. That's it. So if we get lucky, should only be a little bit longer. Perfect.
Good for the health. Coming back. Chow time, boy. You hungry?
Go ahead and grab that. We'll start with God Gauge partially full.
Vigilant. I can go.
And on. So you can see that we're right at 10 minutes. And if you've been paying attention, you know this fight isn't going to last super long. You've seen how the bosses just kind of evaporate. The big trick with this one is you immediately trigger Mega. Because he tends to go into that darkness mode. So the first phase, he can trigger darkness. Darkness is problematic because you can't hit him.
Shields down.
Wake up, boy.
So, focus all your fire on Hades himself. And try to get his first phase down as fast as possible. Because once that's done, he can't disappear on you.
No holding back.
Doesn't matter if we take some damage. Honestly, taking damage is good to an extent because, okay, maybe not quite that much damage, but taking some damage is good because it fills up our meter faster. And there we go. 11 minutes.
I shall keep coming back. The same as you.
It is a
Quite.
fun speedrun because it's not that different than what I was doing anyway. Now, the actual records for these are like at 6-minute runs. So they are much cleaner than what I've been doing. Like I said, I'm not somebody who's does enough to do that. So, you know, that is how that works. They also grind out a lot more runs than I do. I'm still on 150 runs. So I'm pretty happy with getting this sort of setup. And yeah. Not my best time. Definitely not my worst time. I mean, honestly, that was 10 seconds off my best time. And we didn't get Merciful End until Elysium. So if we could get it earlier, that's basically the ideal. That's the goal. In order to count it as a speedrun, to enter it as a speedrun, you have to start from the end of the previous run. So basically we would have had to just stop there or let ourselves die. Which is why I haven't recorded it to set it up yet. But yeah.
I did it, I think.
Hey.
Congratulations, brother. I saw you finally made the board.
Hey!
Proud.
Hypnos made the board!
Sure did. That's something, huh? Though, sorry, Thanatos can't really chat right now. The shades are stacking up, there's greetings to be done and sign-ins. Lots of work to do, you know?
I definitely know the feeling. Well done, let's keep it up.
Thanatos is so proud. It's adorable.
Will do.
Hey, he did it.
Think you had it in you, boy.
I must be dreaming. Hypnos?
We helped him. Yeah, I've at this point maxed out everybody. The only things we haven't maxed out are we're missing like 1 dot on a companion. 1 or 2 dots on a companion.
Just need to keep at it.
And a couple of the weapon aspects.
How's it going, Skelly?
I mean, honestly, we haven't maxed out a lot of the weapon aspects. Those take a while. But we've maxed out the ones I use. So, yeah. just hadn't recorded a run of Hades in a while, and kind of was feeling it.
Let's chat more about
I just realized that I never that was probably the problem, and my game volume has probably been almost nothing this whole run because of that. Like, in particular, the music is lower than normal as well. That's okay. Hopefully you still enjoyed. If you did, please give me a like and subscribe. Check out the other content on my channel. If you have any questions or suggestions, please leave them in the comments. And as always, have a good one. We'll catch you next time.